Hello, and welcome to this month's Safety Minute. If there was one safety policy I have heard my clients say that they wish was more used, without a doubt, it would be near-miss reporting. I have gone to organizations that have hundreds, if not thousands, of employees, and over a year, they end up with just a handful of near-miss reports. Sometimes they actually have more incidences than they have near-miss reporting. And when you look at it from that perspective, there is without a doubt that near-miss reporting quite often is underutilized. And near-miss reporting, it is one of the very few ways we have at proactively looking at the energies and our safety systems at work. You see, most safety systems were created from reactive ways. And what ends up happening is you'll have an incident, which then gets investigated. And from those investigated comes controls, i.e. policies. And those new policies will then get dumped onto the employees. And the employees now have to add those policies to all the other existing policies they already have to work with. And then after day after day after day after day after day after day after using all these different policies, over time they become overwhelmed, burdened, and tiresome of these policies. And they start finding ways to shortcut the systems, to bend the policies, to break them. And they forget about the incident that created all those policies in the first place. And what near-miss reporting does is it allows us to get rid of that reactive system of making new policies. Because near-miss reporting is a lot like your peripheral vision. Your safe work procedures are your peripheral vision. Those are your known hazards. And when you report a near miss, it lets you look beyond that peripheral vision and bring it into something you now can see. And it becomes part of your safe work procedures. And by near miss reporting, instead of going and creating a whole new policy, quite often companies will then add to existing systems. Like we'll add it to a job hazard assessment. Perhaps we'll put it into the training, or maybe they'll just make it as something as simple as administer a control or engineer it out. And by doing that, we then reduce the amount of policies we have to work with as we improve our current policies that we've already accepted. But there's many reasons on why near-miss reporting goes underutilized. Like sometimes we don't know about the hazards about us. And this can be as simple as you walk into an environment with low oxygen, or H2S, or carbon monoxide, or radioactive material. And if you don't have equipment to measure if these things exist, you have no clue you're being surrounded by them. Other times, we have different levels of risk acceptance. And you don't even need to look beyond how people drive for this. Some people, they are very cautious on how they drive and go under the speed limit. Other people are completely satisfied with doing the speed limit because they understand the road was designed for that speed limit. And other people, they feel like their ability can handle 20, 30, 40% more than the speed limit. And because of that, what could be a near miss to one person is completely acceptable to another. But I think one of the biggest reasons on why near-miss reporting goes unreported is because of one of two conditions. The first is that we see a friend or a coworker doing something, and if we report it as a near miss, that we're worried that they might get called into the office and reprimanded. And then if they find out it was us that reported them, well, who wants to deal with that kind of backlash from our friends or coworkers? And the other condition is that we're afraid of telling on ourselves. Because then we're afraid that if we created this near miss, we're the ones going to get called into the office, possibly reprimanded or punished. And then we have to maybe deal with a loss of income, a reduction in our work or our wages. And nobody wants to deal with those things. But I can assure you, if you have an organization that has a system for near miss reporting, they also have processes on how to deal with the near misses when they're reported. And the whole point the organization created these near miss reportings is to pull information out of them so that they can learn of how they can better operate their policies. Because quite often, you can get a policy that's created in a way that actually impacts your behavior. And they want to find those ways so that they can create the policies in ways that positively impact your behaviors to where you want to control the energies, then negatively impact your behaviors to where you want to bend or break or shortcut the policies. And that's what near-miss reporting does for us. It lets us avoid that whole system of creating new policies. And instead, it actually helps us to simplify how we do things while still being safe at work. And I hope you enjoyed this Safety Minute. If you want more videos like this, please hit the subscribe button. If you want to bring me out to your workplace, go to spencerspeaks.ca. Until the next Safety Minute, stay safe.
Just feel the beat, yo, grab a friend and move your feet. Say this tune's for joy, a catchy blend. Oh, it claps and chimes, it starts to crescendo. Bounce around, jump with the flow.